Biden may be basking in the success of Prime Minister Modi's visit. As it wraps up today, he'll have to work on his domestic challenges. And top of the list is economy. The last few months have been all about the economy in the US. You may remember the debt ceiling drama. Only last month, President Biden had to cancel the Quad summit to deal with the debt ceiling issue. So economy is clearly one of his bigger challenges. There have been fears of recession in America. The projections differ, but they all point to one direction. The pain is not going away in a hurry. When Biden met the press after holding talks with Prime Minister Modi, he did not waste the opportunity to highlight what he's doing about it and how engagements with India will help America and American families. For example, the Air India deal with Boeing. It could create 1 million American jobs across 44 states. Biden's message for the middle class and his core voter base was clear. He was trying to work for them. They've suffered the worst of America's economic pressures. For months, there was crippling inflation in the US. Everything was getting more and more expensive. That seems to have cooled off for now. Eggs are cheaper, so is gas. But does that mean the worst is over? The US Fed chair says, no, it's not. That's the head of their central bank. This is what he said.
Inflation has moderated somewhat since the middle of last year. Nonetheless, inflation pressures continue to run high, and the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go.
This has been a long battle for the US Federal Reserve. They have raised interest rates multiple times, 10 hikes in 14 months, and that's a lot. Central banks hike interest rates to cool the economy. How does that work? Well, more interest rates mean higher borrowing costs. So consumer will immediately spend less. And once spending falls, demand falls too. And it leads to a dip in the price of everyday goods, so lower inflation. Now, for the US Fed, the hikes were a desperate attempt, an attempt to get prices back to normal. They may have skipped one rate hike last week, but the war is not over yet. What does that mean? Well, simply put, there could be more rate hikes in America. In the month of May, US inflation rate was 4.1%. That's the lowest it has been since March 2021. But it remains nearly double of 2%. 2% is the rate that the Fed considers healthy, 2% inflation. Right now, it's more than double of that. Now, it has eased a bit, but there's another problem that persists. The crisis within the housing sector. Commercial real estate is struggling in America. Thousands of offices are empty in top cities, the likes of New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Going by one claim, in New York alone, vacant office space could fill more than 26 Empire State buildings. The golden days of buying and flipping houses for money is also over. Investors are losing money on 1 in every 7 homes that they sell. Imagine that, 1 in 7. It's the highest rate since 2016. Also, why are so many offices empty? Because people are not coming back to work. So workplaces are ending their leases and moving to smaller offices. The US economy is losing steam, and it did not happen overnight. A series of events led to this. At the beginning of this year, multiple American banks failed. We've been telling you about this. Then came the layoffs. The tech industry, which is a key economic driver, slashed jobs by the thousands. The US stock market has flatlined, so everyone is nervous. President Biden needs to revive the spirits, and that's why he needs India for the big ticket orders and to shore up his own economic record. And I know it sounds ironic. The world's biggest economy needs a hand from a developing power. But that's what it has come down to. You need steady friends sometimes to get through the hard times.